How's it going, everyone? Venomous Stare here. Today I'm going to be bringing you a tutorial on how to play Symettra on defense on Temple of Anubis. I think Symmetra's a really underrated hero, and she excels in maps where the rush distance from your spawn to the first defensive point is very long. And she's also a hero who excels in choke pointy maps, which have very few initial pathways to get to the first objective. So one of the most important things on Symettra to note is you should not use your shield ability on allies until the enemy team is released from their spawn, because if you do it beforehand, it does not count towards your ultimate charger, and getting your ultimate as fast as possible is probably one of the most important things on Symettra. And the ultimate ability on Symettra really is the linchpin of her character model and what makes her tick as a hero. So since this is a map-specific tutorial, I will mention general things, but let's talk about the map Temple of Anubis. Before we do, however, notice that as soon as I get my teleporter, I play super conservative, go put it in an extremely safe location, and grab myself health. That is extremely important. With Symettra, you always want to put your priority is always your teleporter. Your teleporter, your teleporter, your teleporter. As soon as you get it, play defensively and make sure you get it down, because if you die with the teleporter, oftentimes the enemy team will capture the first point quickly and the entire point of playing Symettra will be voided. So as soon as you get that teleporter, say, "Whoa, I need to play back," and play back, put it down, and then after that you can go back to playing how you were before. It's very important to note where I'm set up here. On Temple of Anubis, there's only two ways to get to the first objective: through these main arches, which is easily overseen by the high ground directly in front of it, which means that Bastion and Treborn are very powerful. The only other way to access the point is this room, which you see me set up in right now. The call out for this is the joke room, because it's a total joke and it's a cluster. Now the important thing about the joke room is you need to set up a plethora of turrets inside of it, because the enemy team will almost always try to charge through it, and they'll almost always try to charge through it under severe fire. This means that they'll be preoccupied and vulnerable to not only your turrets, but your primary attack weapon, which does more damage as it tethers to an opponent. Notice the place where I'm putting my turrets. They're always in a position where the enemy team cannot really see them until they completely walk inside of the joke room, therefore committing to it. This means that, yeah, they kind of know Symetra's over there, but they don't see all the turrets, so they're not really sure if they're in the joke room or the little corridor directly outside of the joke room. But once you have a few turrets placed inside of this, and whenever you have them spread out like I do, one above the door frame, one to the left, one to the right, the enemy team is going to be very hard pressed to bum rush you, because they're always going to be hit from different angles, and it's very hard to completely turn 80 degrees, kill one turret, turn 180 degrees, kill one turret, turn around completely and kill the other that's above your head. So you want to spread your turrets out. You don't want to stack your sentry turrets. You want to spread them out. And since your opponents will probably become aware of your obnoxiousness at some point, it's also your job to continuously use the fully charged right click to pummel the other side of the map with power charged shots as though you're firing artillery. And this means that anytime your opponents are trying to press forward on the map, they're being harassed by these extremely high damage blasts. This will force them to choose between committing into the joke room or committing to the double archways, which your teammates should have covered. A few things I want to point out before this ends is Symettra combos very well with Mei. Her shield ability works very well with Mei, and on this map she's also very good with Junkrat, because Junkrat can put can put traps at the doorway of the joke room, and once your opponents commit, they're trapped. If this was helpful in any way, subscribe.